Alright guys, today I'm working on the Deathkart and it should be a pretty simple morning. All we're going to be doing is putting in a couple new switches. Basically one new switch for the main power, so when you get in the car we just push the button for all the power to turn on to be able to start the car and run everything else like headlights and the horn and all that good stuff. And since we already broke also one of the headlight switches, I'm also putting in a new switch for that. So what I did yesterday was I just went to my local auto parts store and they had a couple 30 amp switches, just some real simple basic stuff. But the switches that I have right now that are from Amazon, according to the Amazon listing, they're only rated for about 5 amps. And so that seems kind of low. I'm not sure if that's some sort of part of the reason why they're kind of breaking, but they do seem to break only mechanically and not really from any electrical issues. So anyway, we're just going to quickly swap those out. I will have to take off the connectors, so there'll be a little bit of probably wiring, maybe just putting on some new kind of blade connectors or spade connectors. But anyway, we'll get these hooked up and then the car should be ready to rock. There are quite a few car shows happening today, so I'm probably gonna, the plan is I'll hook the camera up in the car and we'll kind of drive around, get some miles in today. And then, yeah, maybe show you some footage at the local car show. So we'll see. So that's going to be it. It's going to be a pretty simple, hopefully fun, easy day working on the Deathkart. All right, so just to get you a little bit of a close-up, here are the switches I got. So I think this one is going to have a little blue light on here. So again, it's just a 30 amp rated switch. It's still got that 3/4 inch hole, so it'll be the same hole. It'll plug right in. The only difference is this one's just basically a power and a ground. So I think the light just works through the power and ground, so I don't think I need an extra connectors. Basically, the current switch has 4 connectors, one for like the kind of power and ground on the load side, and then it's got 2 other wires that I think were for the light, for the illumination or whatever. So anyway, we'll switch that up, get those. This one's red, so I figured I'll use the red one for the main power, and then the blue one will be for the headlights, so it'll match the other, the horn and the other momentary switch for the actual like push button ignition, so at least that'll match. So figured red, that way you can distinguish between these two pretty easily. So all right, that's it. Let's get the other one pulled out and we'll get started on swapping these. All right, so what you can see right now is this is our little connector area. So this is our main power switch. This is this is one of the ones we'll replace. And then we're also going to go ahead and replace the low beam for the headlights because both of these are broken. This is for the high beam. This still works, so we'll plug this one back in like normal. But you see how these have nice little kind of modular switches. So those won't work on the new one. So I'm gonna have to probably cut them, at least for these two, I'll cut them and then just put on some spade connectors and then we should be able to plug those in. I just have to figure out, which one's power, ground, all that magical stuff, and then we should be off to the races. On these switches, they take a 22mm socket and, they're not in there very tight. So you can literally just kind of hand loosen them. There's not enough room in here to get like a wrench. So socket works pretty simple. And just kind of pop this off here, get that nut loose, and then slide her off. And then we'll be in business. And then I think what we can do is we did make these with spade connectors or, blade terminal type connectors. So I can unplug these and then I'll be able to kind of take this little harness back to my workbench and be able to kind of easily work on it and change out this connector without having to try to sit here and be all hunched forward trying to get it out. So I'm going to pop out both of these switches because they're both bad. These are the 2 we'll be replacing today and get this job knocked the F out, boys. Guys, so just a quick tip, when you're wiring up these switches, these little 3-panel rocker switches with this LED light, basically there's just going to be a ground, and all this ground is for is to actually turn on the LED light. So you could not use this, and the switch will still work, of course, but then you won't have this light turn on. So this is just a simple ground. Anywhere near your switch, you can ground it. And then these other 2 terminals, this is the, what does it say here? Can't read it, hold on. So supply is on the bottom. So this is gonna be your 12-volt supply source. And then the middle one, I don't know why this thing won't focus, but middle one's gonna be your load. So this is going to your device, which in our case is, this is kind of the main power from the battery, and then this is getting distributed out, I think, to our fuse block, to power up the entire car, right? So very simple. So you only need 3 wires. On our other one, it's got 4 wires. And basically, I think that's because the other one had like a separate circuit for the LED. So there was like kind of a power in the ground for the LED. where this doesn't need it. So a little bit simpler, so we can just kind of tape up the old power wire for the old LED that we don't need anymore. And it's just going to be 3 connections instead of 4, so it'll make it a little bit simpler. All right, let's see. Got the first switch hooked up. Just want to see if it works or if we blow fuses. Cool. All right, 1 down. And then just 1 more for the low beams, which will have like a blue light. And then I'm gonna leave this one for now. It still works, that's for the high beam, so it's not super critical, but yeah, once this one probably eventually breaks, we'll swap it out. But yeah, at least for now, this is working good. So cool. All right, fellas, got the second one in. Let's give it a shot. Main power. All right, headlights are working. Then these are brights. So cool. Looks like all that stuff's working. So yeah, eventually I think we should get another one, replace this guy, just because it's probably only a matter of time before this breaks. But these other 2 switches, these are just momentary switches. I haven't had any issues with those, so we could probably leave them. But whatever, good enough for now. Like I said, maybe over winter time we'll figure out some other, you know, some way to get rid of these. Maybe get like a 40-pin connector, and so that way we got one big interlock connector. We can disconnect all this stuff, and then get kind of like some new switch panel, you know, that's a little bit nicer. So, all right, so this is done. I think Lewis is actually on his way over here, or he's going to meet me at the car show, but we are going to go to the local car show today, so I'll get you guys some footage in car. And Lewis hasn't even seen the car in weeks, since kind of we've done a lot of this work getting it going, so I'll kind of show him some of the stuff. We'll get his reaction, and it should be an awesome day. It's going to be like a high of, I think, 72 degrees here, so it's not going to be super hot. It's going to be a great day to just hang out and chill at the car show, so I am looking forward to it. All right, guys, we are about to head out to the car show, and hopefully we don't have any issues.
Okay, guys, we're heading out. I think our mom is somewhere. I think they're coming, but that'll be good. So, okay, guys, we're maybe almost there. I don't really know, but my dad's driving. My dad's driving right here. He's seeing how much time. Oh, we're getting fast. We're going so fast. Bye, guys. Hey, guys, my hair is blowing real crazy. So we should be almost there in a couple minutes. It can't be hours, because I'll be way too bad, because we go fast. He goes really fast in this car. He loves it. So I really like the skull, guys. It's really cute. Oh god.
All right, so the good news is we made it today to the car show without any issues, but now the issue we have is the weather. So it's been raining. We went inside here to go get some lunch, and we came back out, and it is pouring. Woo! So now we have to drive about 12 minutes home in the pouring rain. We don't have any windshield wipers or HVAC, so this is going to be interesting. So this is actually Lewis's first time driving with the V8. All right, here's going to be our view. Barely any view, huh? Yeah, it's pretty cold and wet. It's going to be awesome. Live action. This is what it's like to have a death cart. This is the real shit. Oh wow, look at that lifted forward. Go right? Yep, you're gonna go out, go right. Oh, you couldn't let us out, bro? Come on now. Look at our predicament. America. She's wet. I'll even get hit with water from the back tire back here. It's kind of impressive, actually. And this is washed and clean. That's right. All right, guys, so we made it home. So we had the first really successful day where we literally had 0 problems with the death cart. It worked awesome. We met a lot of cool people today at the Bakers of Milford car show, and everything is great. The only thing, of course, was some bad weather. But in the middle of summer, sometimes you get some torrential downpours that we're not forecasted for, and that's just the way it goes. So luckily, it wasn't too bad. We didn't have any crazy water in the floor. I'll probably throw a fan on to dry the seats, and just a little bit of dry work, and no big deal. So everything so far is going great. So I'm going to be going on vacation for the next couple days, and then maybe towards the end of the week, we do have a couple other things planned. We are thinking about maybe doing something with this, putting kind of a grill here to protect this radiator, and then we also will be doing something pretty cool to have this thing ready for the Dream Cruise, which I'll show you guys in the next video. So anyway, stay tuned. So hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll see you guys on the next one.
You might be wondering what kind of vacation we are going to. We are going to Cedar Point.
That's right. We're gonna be riding some roller coasters, boy. Woo woo!
And we're gonna go to the water park there.
Yes, that's true. Okay. Later, guys. Take care.
Bye.